In this function, we're going to discuss the concept of one-to-one functions. You may have heard of one-to-one correspondence. For example, when you were in elementary school, if you took a test and it had matching involved, you always liked when you had the same number of vocabulary words as you had clues. For example, if you were matching state capitals with states, you wanted enough questions. If you had 10 states, you wanted 10 capitals to match that. That's what we call a one-to-one correspondence. Now, when you talk about functions being one-to-one, any function that has the property of having one value of x associated with each value of f of x or y is called one-to-one. So each x gives you a unique y value. That is the characteristics of a one-to-one function. The horizontal line test may be used to determine if a function is one-to-one. In other words, if I can draw a horizontal line anywhere through the function and it only passed through one point, then it's considered to be a one-to-one function. Look at the left graph here. The line we have graphed, this would be considered a one-to-one function because everywhere I could draw a horizontal line, it only passes through one point. Therefore, it is considered a one-to-one function. However, the parabola function I have here, this upside down parabola, is not one-to-one because if I were to draw a horizontal line through, it passes through more than one point. So therefore, it is not considered to be a one-to-one function. Determine whether these functions are one-to-one. Well, this is just going to be a line, f of x equals negative 5x minus 1. If you wanted to sketch that, you know that's a pretty easy one to sketch. Your y-intercept is negative 1. Your slope is over 1, down 5. So it would definitely be one-to-one. Anywhere I try to draw horizontal lines, they only pass through one point. So it's definitely one-to-one. If you remember your cubic function, this is the function y equals negative x cubed. So we know that looks like Superman curve, but flipped across the x-axis. And that would be considered one-to-one because everywhere I could draw a horizontal line, it would only pass through one point, so this is also one-to-one. Let's try a couple more of those. The function x squared plus 4, we know that's the parabola function shifted up 4. So it's kind of like this. It is not one-to-one because if I were to draw a horizontal line, I have 2 points of intersection. So this is not one-to-one correspondence. Let's do one more. X cubed minus 1, we know that is the Superman curve. Pass down 1 unit, move down, so whoops. Using the horizontal line test, we can tell that this is definitely a one-to-one function. Now, a function being one-to-one is very important because if a function is considered to be a one-to-one function, you can find its inverse function, which we will do in